Barack Obama, the 44th President of the United States, wasn't just the first African American to hold the office. He was a leader who inspired millions with his vision, resilience, and clarity. From steering the U.S. economy out of the 2008 financial crisis to implementing the Affordable Care Act and strengthening global diplomacy, including the Iran nuclear agreement, his presidency left a lasting impact. His popularity remains remarkably high, making him one of the most admired presidents in U.S. history. In this video, we'll explore 9 powerful management lessons from Obama. Stay tuned until the end. It's going to be truly inspiring and eye-opening. 1. Leading through crisis. When Barack Obama assumed the presidency in January 2009, the United States faced an unprecedented economic crisis, the worst since the Great Depression. Millions of Americans were losing their homes, unemployment rates were soaring, and confidence in the government and financial institutions was at an all-time low. Obama approached this monumental challenge with calm, strategic thinking, and decisive action. One of his earliest initiatives was the American Recovery and Reinvestment Act, a stimulus package of $831 billion designed to stabilize the economy, create jobs, and invest in infrastructure, education, and clean energy. This ambitious plan required delicate negotiations with Congress, constant analysis of economic data, and adjustments to policies as the situation evolved. What distinguished Obama's approach was not merely the policy itself, but the way he communicated its purpose to the public. Through clear, transparent, and inspiring messaging, he instilled hope and confidence among Americans, encouraging them to believe that recovery was possible despite the overwhelming uncertainty. Beyond the immediate economic impact, Obama's crisis management established a foundation for long-term growth and innovation. His leadership during this period demonstrated the importance of patience, empathy, and vision when facing extreme challenges. By carefully balancing bold action with thoughtful collaboration, he prevented further deterioration of the economy and provided tangible relief to millions. The Recovery Act helped save countless jobs and revitalize sectors critical to America's future, such as renewable energy and technology. Moreover, Obama's ability to remain composed under pressure set a standard for leadership that extended beyond economic policy, showing that resilience, optimism, and consistent communication are essential in guiding a nation through turbulent times. His example underscores a critical lesson for any leader. It is in moments of crisis that vision, integrity, and strategic execution converge to produce lasting impact, inspiring citizens and shaping a legacy that endures long after the immediate challenges have passed. This approach to crisis leadership remains a blueprint for leaders worldwide, illustrating that even in the face of seemingly insurmountable difficulties, decisive, empathetic, and visionary leadership can create meaningful, lasting, positive change. 2. Embracing diversity and inclusion. Barack Obama's presidency was defined by his steadfast commitment to diversity and inclusion, recognizing that leadership is strongest when it reflects the breadth of society it serves. From the beginning, he intentionally built a cabinet and administration that represented multiple races, genders, and professional backgrounds. He appointed Sonia Sotomayor as the first Latina Supreme Court justice and strengthened representation in key positions across government agencies by selecting highly competent women and minority leaders. This deliberate inclusivity extended beyond mere symbolism. It translated into more informed, holistic, and empathetic policymaking. By bringing diverse voices to the table, Obama ensured that decisions were not only technically sound, but also culturally aware and socially responsible. His leadership style communicated a powerful message. Everyone, regardless of background, has a place in shaping the nation. This approach fostered creativity, innovation, and collaboration, as team members felt their perspectives were valued and their voices heard. Beyond the internal administration, his commitment to inclusion influenced national discourse, encouraging organizations, schools, and communities to embrace diversity as a strength rather than a challenge. The impact of this philosophy can be seen in policies that addressed healthcare equity, education opportunities, and minority representation in government programs. By embedding diversity at the heart of his leadership, Obama demonstrated that embracing differences is not just morally right, it is strategically advantageous, fostering solutions that are stronger, more sustainable, and better aligned with the needs of a complex, interconnected society. Through this lens, leaders around the world can see that success stems not only from individual skill or vision, but from the collective intelligence of diverse, empowered teams, and that lasting impact comes from ensuring that no voice is left unheard.
3. The power of communication. Effective communication was central to Barack Obama's leadership philosophy. He understood that policies alone are not enough. The public must understand, trust, and believe in the vision behind them. Throughout his presidency, Obama conveyed complex topics: economic recovery, healthcare reform, climate change, and foreign diplomacy, in language that was clear, relatable, and inspiring. His speeches, from the 2004 Democratic National Convention keynote to his 2008 and 2012 victory addresses, showcased optimism, empathy, and strategic vision. He consistently used storytelling to connect with diverse audiences, making abstract policies tangible and personal. This approach fostered trust and credibility, allowing him to guide public opinion and gain support for contentious legislation, including the Affordable Care Act.
Moreover, his communication extended beyond formal speeches. Obama leveraged technology, social media, and town halls to engage citizens directly, creating a sense of shared purpose. The impact of his communication style was profound. It inspired civic engagement, mobilized volunteers, and encouraged Americans to participate in shaping their future. By maintaining transparency, honesty, and consistency, Obama demonstrated that strong leaders must be both persuasive and approachable. Communication is not simply about speaking. It is about inspiring action, building confidence, and empowering people to believe in a collective mission. For leaders today, his example shows that the ability to convey vision effectively is as critical as the vision itself, and that words, when delivered with authenticity and clarity, can catalyze lasting change across societies. 4. Building collaborative relationships. Barack Obama's presidency exemplified the importance of collaboration in achieving lasting results. He consistently sought to bring together diverse stakeholders, from Congress members across party lines to experts, community leaders, and international partners. One of the most notable examples of this collaborative approach was the passage of the Affordable Care Act, ACA. Crafting such comprehensive healthcare reform required not only negotiating with Congress, but also listening to feedback from medical professionals, insurance companies, state governments, and advocacy groups. Obama's ability to balance conflicting interests, incorporate valuable insights, and mediate disputes allowed him to create a law that extended health coverage to millions of previously uninsured Americans. Beyond policy, his collaborative style fostered a culture of mutual respect and trust within his administration. By encouraging open dialogue and valuing each team member's expertise, Obama cultivated an environment where innovation thrived and solutions were stronger because they emerged from collective intelligence rather than unilateral decisions. This approach extended to foreign policy as well, where his administration worked with allies, international organizations, and even former adversaries to negotiate complex agreements such as the Iran nuclear deal and climate change commitments under the Paris Agreement. The impact of this collaborative mindset was profound. It not only achieved tangible policy victories, but also demonstrated that sustainable progress often requires building bridges, fostering dialogue, and investing in relationships. For modern leaders, Obama's example teaches that true leadership is not about dictating solutions, but about creating the conditions where diverse voices can unite around shared goals, producing outcomes that are more robust, inclusive, and enduring. Collaboration, when pursued with integrity and purpose, becomes a force multiplier, amplifying both the effectiveness and the credibility of any leader.
5. Staying true to core values. Throughout his presidency,
Barack Obama consistently demonstrated that adhering to core values is essential for effective leadership. Whether facing intense political pressure, opposition, or criticism, he remained guided by principles of integrity, justice, and fairness. This was evident in decisions such as ordering the operation that led to the death of Osama bin Laden. While controversial and politically risky, Obama prioritized national security, justice, and the safety of the American people over personal or political gain. His commitment to core values extended to domestic policies as well, from healthcare reform to economic recovery initiatives, where he balanced practical compromises with the principles of fairness and equity. This unwavering adherence built trust with both citizens and international partners, reinforcing the credibility of his administration. By demonstrating that values guide decisions even under pressure, Obama showed that leadership is not merely about achieving results, but achieving them in a manner that aligns with ethical and moral standards. Leaders who compromise principles for short-term gains may succeed temporarily, but lasting impact requires staying true to fundamental beliefs. The positive effects of this approach are evident in the enduring respect Obama commands across the political spectrum, and in the sense of stability and trust his administration inspired domestically and abroad. By prioritizing values, leaders can cultivate loyalty, credibility, and a legacy that transcends political cycles, proving that ethical consistency is both a moral and strategic asset. 6. Adaptability and innovation. Barack Obama's presidency highlighted the critical role of adaptability and innovation in leadership. Facing rapid technological advancements, shifting global dynamics, and domestic challenges, he consistently sought new approaches and solutions. He established the position of Chief Technology Officer to integrate technology into government operations, promote digital innovation, and enhance public services. Initiatives such as Connected aim to expand broadband access in schools, providing students with tools to thrive in a digital economy. Obama's embrace of technology extended to political communication, leveraging social media to engage citizens, mobilize support, and increase transparency. Adaptability was also evident in policy implementation. He adjusted strategies based on feedback, research, and evolving circumstances, whether managing healthcare reform rollout or responding to international crises. This forward-thinking mindset allowed his administration to anticipate challenges, mitigate risks, and capitalize on opportunities. The impact of embracing innovation was substantial, as it modernized government operations, improved education access, and positioned the U.S. to compete in a rapidly changing global economy. For leaders today, Obama's example underscores that rigidity is a liability, while flexibility, curiosity, and willingness to experiment drive progress. Innovation and adaptability are not optional. They are essential for navigating complexity, inspiring teams, and achieving meaningful, lasting impact. These efforts required patient negotiation, cultural understanding, and balancing competing interests while maintaining American strategic priorities. By fostering partnerships rather than pursuing unilateral action, Obama increased U.S. influence, built trust with international allies, and addressed issues that no nation could solve alone. His global approach extended to humanitarian and development initiatives, where partnerships with NGOs, foreign governments, and local communities amplified the effectiveness of aid programs. The impact was substantial. It enhanced global stability, addressed climate and security threats collaboratively, and positioned the U.S. as a partner rather than a lone actor. Leaders can learn that success in an interconnected world depends on the ability to cultivate relationships, build consensus, and act with diplomacy, demonstrating that collaboration on a global scale multiplies influence and achieves outcomes unattainable by solitary effort. 8. Resilience in the face of adversity. Obama's presidency was marked by relentless political opposition, social unrest, and the pressures of global crises. Despite these challenges, he maintained resilience, patience, and determination. Legislative battles over healthcare, financial reform, and social issues like Don't Ask, Don't Tell tested his ability to navigate entrenched opposition. Instead of reacting impulsively, Obama remained composed, analyzing situations, finding strategic solutions, and persevering toward long-term objectives. His resilience inspired his team and the public, demonstrating that setbacks are not failures, but opportunities for growth and learning. This steadfast approach enabled him to pass transformative legislation, stabilize the economy, and advance civil rights, despite frequent obstruction. By modeling resilience, Obama taught that enduring success requires persistence, emotional intelligence, and the capacity to remain focused under pressure. The lasting effect is a legacy of achievement even in adversity, showing that resilient leadership transforms challenges into milestones and inspires others to persist through difficulties with confidence and purpose.
Number 9. Empowering the next generation. A hallmark of Obama's leadership was his commitment to empowering youth and future leaders. Initiatives like the My Brother's Keeper program sought to address systemic inequalities and provide mentorship, educational opportunities, and resources to young men of color. Obama understood that investing in the next generation is both a moral imperative and a strategic necessity, as the youth of today become the leaders of tomorrow. Through public speeches, mentorship programs, and educational initiatives, he encouraged young people to engage in civic life, pursue innovation, and embrace leadership roles. By giving them the tools, guidance, and encouragement necessary to succeed, he created a ripple effect of empowerment and hope. This approach strengthened communities, promoted social mobility, and inspired countless young Americans to take initiative in shaping their future. Leaders who invest in developing talent not only build capacity for immediate objectives, but also cultivate a lasting legacy. Obama's focus on youth demonstrates that true leadership is measured not just by achievements during one's tenure, but by the empowerment, inspiration, and opportunities provided to those who follow.
And there you have it, 9 timeless leadership lessons inspired by Barack Obama, a man who turned hope into action and vision into reality. His journey reminds us that true leadership isn't about power or position. It's about empathy, integrity, and the courage to do what's right, even when it's hard. Obama showed the world that change begins with listening, collaboration, and the belief that every voice matters. If his story teaches us anything, it's that no challenge is too great when you lead with heart and purpose. You don't need to be a president to make an impact. You just need the courage to start, the patience to persist, and the optimism to keep going when things get tough. So, as you reflect on these lessons, ask yourself, how can you lead better today? In your work, your family, your community? Great leadership starts with one simple step: believing you can make a difference. If this inspired you, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more powerful stories and lessons from the world's most influential leaders. Remember, leadership isn't a title, it's a mindset. Keep growing, keep believing, and keep leading with purpose.